Finally, let's talk about the relative velocity. We have already seen this in our wind triangle problem. The velocity you measure depends on your frame of reference. The velocity of a plane relative to the ground is the vector sum of the plane's velocity relative to the air and the air's velocity related to the ground. So in this example, if you can recall, we want to find out the ground speed of the airplane. Let's call it plane to ground equals to the velocity of the plane relative to air and the velocity of air related to ground. So this is wind speed, this is air speed of the airplane. Sum those two will give us ground speed. So that's how we solve the problem. We need to label our objects and write down relative velocity. Like what we did in the previous example is plane, air, ground. So you can simply label them A, B, C if you want. So if we want to find out velocity between A and C, it should be given by velocity of A related to B plus velocity of B related to C. Notice those two index has to in between. The same index has to be in between to link those two. And then solve this vector sum problem will give us the relative velocity we want to know. This is the example we did in chapter 2. So if you want or you forget how to do that, you can go back to chapter 2 to review this example.